Hey everybody, my name is Jonathan. This is Las Vegas Collectibles. I'm a very small channel. I just offer kind of like a different perspective. Came from very humble beginnings. Um, did military service, dropped out of high school, went back to high school, went to college, dropped out of college, went back to college, got a bunch of jobs, done a lot of weird stuff over my life, fought off a lot of addictions. Just a random dude with a weird perspective. Uh, I've lived a hell of a life. And so, in the collectible world, I don't see a lot of YouTube stuff with perspectives that I have. So I started putting out videos. And so, welcome to my channel. If you've never been here before, I'm just a dude with a different perspective, and I like sharing it because I've been in tough spots in my life where sometimes just hearing somebody who has the same perspective as me on something gets me through the day. So, hey, I have a different perspective than a lot of people out there. Maybe this perspective on collectibles to you sounds like something you might believe in, or you might share, or have some kind of understanding of, and maybe that's what you needed to hear today. So, if you're out there and you need to hear some of this, I hope this helps. If you don't give a crap, I fully understand. So, I wanted to just really quickly put out a video because who knows when my baby's going to start crying again. I got a newborn, got a full-time job, family life, whole thing. Got a dog that's snoring behind me. Crazy stuff. So I don't have a lot of time with anything. So anyways, let's get into it. CGC. Honestly, I'm like a freaking fanboy. I get it. I am 100% CGC or nothing. Don't care. I was holding off sending any sports cards in for grading until CSG changed their label. They finally changed their label. I sent a bunch in, made a good chunk of money off of that. Thank you, CSG. Got my next stash ready to go right here for CSG. I just sent in a bunch of Marvel cards for CGC now that they're doing Marvel cards. Freaking love it. So I'm just like, every time they expand, I'm just like, yes, I've been waiting. They're going to expand again, and that's the primary focus of this video and my perspective on it. So, and you know what, I don't have time. I don't. And you know what, I don't want to take the time, because I'd rather use that time to go sit in the throne, you know what I mean? I'd rather do that, or I'd rather try to get an extra 20 minutes of sleep. So yeah, I'm not going to come at you with a bunch of pie charts. I'm not going to do a bunch of research. Nope. I'm just a dude with a camera and a perspective, and I'm sharing it. So there is a lot of drama in the collectible world, from Beckett, PSA, CBCS, same thing as Beckett, SGC. You know, there's trimmed cards, auto pins from freaking Topps and Panini. There's just all this crap surrounding all these companies, including another company which CGC is going to be entering into their market and just destroy the market. That CGC is going to take it over. So that's coming up. So I wanted to share my perspective on some of the things that CGC is doing right now that I think is absolutely amazing. Okay, so first of all, these are collectibles that they grade. It's up here. It shows what they currently grade. That's it, just currently, not what they're about to start doing. So CGC is owned by CCG, who owns all these companies at the bottom. Okay. All right. General overview: comic books, magazines, blah blah blah. All right. Nope, not there. So I'm just gonna go down to trading cards. Boom. It takes you over to the CGC trading cards. So this is one thing. You see this on the screen? Todd McFarlane, the first yellow label graded cards. So now some of the drama that happens with other grading companies, that I was telling everybody, I'm not going to pay a premium for something that Topps says is authentic, or that Panini says is authentic, or that PSA says is authentic, when they weren't there. They don't know where that jersey piece came from. They don't know who actually signed that card. It could have been an auto pin. It could have been the player's agent. It could have been freaking blah, blah, blah. It could have been just a freaking an employee at Topps. You don't know. There's no providence, right? In art, right? Like if you're going to go into fine art, you have to be able to track where it was created, who created it, and how it got from there to the auction house where you're buying it, or to the gallery, or to your living room, right? Like if there's no proof of where it came from, it never happened. So like in actual like long-term assets, I'm going to call them assets, but like luxury items, if the tree falls in the woods, it doesn't make a sound unless somebody's there to witness it, right? Everything else is just bull. So if somebody says they got a Rembrandt hanging above their fireplace and you'd be like, oh cool, you got paperwork on that? And I'd be like, nah, my great grandfather gave it to me. Well, you better take it to Antique Roadshow and get that thing appraised and get somebody to verify that it's legit, because until you do, that thing's just, who cares what it is? It's nothing. It's garbage. It has no relevance in the perspective of value in the open marketplace, because there's no proof of provenance, right? There's no proof of where it came from. So Topps and Panini with their authentic jerseys and their guaranteed signatures, who's guaranteeing it? Put somebody's name on that card, right? Who do I call to verify that that actually happened? What event was it at? Was the player even there, right? So like with art, when it comes to comic books, and CGC puts a yellow label on a comic book, I'll show you right here. You see this? Yellow label, signature series. The only way you get that yellow label is if a CGC authorized witness is present when it was signed, and they verify it. They sign the paperwork saying that they saw the artist actually sign it. And then, like, if you're like me and you're like, I still don't really trust you, you can check like the artist's social media. You could check in with their agent and find out their schedule and be like, oh yeah, he was actually there. Yeah, okay, all right, that checks out. It's verifiable. I've met a lot of artists, and I've brought pieces of art that somebody said that artist sketched, and they were selling it on heritage auctions or something, and I brought it to them and be like, hey, do you remember ever sketching this? Does this look like something you would have sketched? And they'll be like, yeah, I did that. Yeah, no, that's definitely my piece. I've actually seen somebody else do that same exact thing, and the artist is like, no, I've never done that, and that doesn't look like anything I would do. And you're just like, so that dude spent thousands of dollars on a piece that wasn't legit. And how often do you hear that from people, right? So I don't trust stuff. You know what I trust? After my years of experience in the comic book world, I trust that yellow label. Yeah, no, 100%. There's going to be times when it's not accurate. 100%. There's going to be errors. That's not the purpose of my trust. It is the absolute industry standard. It is the best option. There is no guarantees in the world of anything. But if I'm going to put my hard-earned money, I don't get my money for free. I work for my money, right? And if I'm going to put blood, sweat, and tears into something, and I have to then give it to somebody else, what I'm getting for that, I'm going to do my best to get the best out of it, right? Like, I go to really nice steak restaurants every now and then. 100% understand, just because it's a good steakhouse, just because they have high quality ingredients, just because they have, I don't know, freaking name chefs, you know what I mean? Like fancy chefs, doesn't mean they're going to be on their A game that day. And I still might get a $20 piece of steak that I paid $100 for. But you know what? I'm going to put myself in the position, and I'm going to buy the items and the experiences and the things in my life that puts me in the best position to have the best possible experience, right? Like when I go to Ross, Dress for Less, and I buy a $5 button-up shirt, I'm going to go in understanding that one of those sleeves is going to be longer than the other. There's going to be a misaligned button and buttonhole. You know what I mean? The collar is going to be a little bit bigger than it should be. Like, I get it. The expectations are there. And that's PSA. PSA, I go in understanding, hey, this is just a piece of plastic. Like, there's no redeemable qualities of value in this. This is just a piece of plastic. It's one step above a one touch. And honestly, I actually like the one touches more than the PSA holders personally. But I put myself in the positions and my expectations are set accordingly. CGC is the $100 steak, steak meal. Not even just $400 steak meal. You ever spend $400 on a steak? It doesn't matter if it tastes like $20. You're going to believe it's $400, and then you're never going to do it again and cry yourself to sleep. So, yeah, don't do that. Anyways, CGC yellow labels. That's why they're so important. That's why they're so amazing, and that's why Todd McFarlane Yellow Label Signature Series is the first ever. It's a private signing event. They're going to have a CGC witness there witnessing him signing all the cards. They're going to put them in freaking the same beautiful top of the line card holders and have that beautiful yellow label instead of this blue label that you see here. Right? So that's a big deal. Yellow labels are coming. Other thing that they're doing right here. They're doing 50 card. No more 50 card submissions. They're dropping it down to 25. So other grading companies also require like 50 cards to bulk submit. I think there's one company that needs 100. I don't know. I don't care enough about those companies to follow them. So I don't know what they're doing in the news anymore. Because honestly, it's like it's just I don't care about them enough to even spend the time to research any of it. You can do that if you want to. I've had all their products. Don't like any of them. CGC is the only one. Oh, I hit the wrong numbers. Hold on. So they are currently doing 25 cards to get the lowest price in the industry for grading. Now, again, this is just for the numerical grade. This is not for the subgrades. $15. Okay. They were doing 50 cards at $13.50 on my last submission. So this is a little bit more expensive. And again, this is not subgrades, but it allows people to submit 25 cards instead of 50. Why is that important? Because look at the number, it's 375. If you were to do 50 cards at their previous price, $675 plus shipping, insurance, handling, you're looking at like $725. So you're chopping off $300 of the capital expenditure requirement of anybody in the public to be able to submit cards. This is going to put more cards in more people's hands. This is giving opportunity to people because now their cost basis per card is $15 plus whatever they paid for the card. And hopefully you're buying on cheap. Buy out people's collection, get those prices. You want to get to the price of a card to about as close to a penny as you can. That's always the goal. All right, so if you're spending 15, you can sell at 20 and make a profit. Like that's the whole idea. But anyways, I think it's a beautiful thing. Also, them lowering the bulk submission requirements and presenting an opportunity for more people to submit cards directly. It gives people the opportunity to not have to depend on bulk submissions. So there are people like Card Collector 2, Mark's Cards, We Got Baseball Cards, or whatever the hell his business name is. There are these companies out there that will take in your cards, charge you an extra fee to add on to their bulk submission. So if you only have 10 cards and you need 50, you don't want to have to commit to 40 more cards because that's a lot more money. They will combine your cards with somebody else that only has 10 and then somebody else that has 30. So that way they have a 50 card submission. So those are bulk submitters and it's just dirty. There's so many middlemen. There's so many things that can go wrong. Cards can get swapped. Your cards can go to somebody else because you're on the same bulk submission. You guys might have submitted the same exact card and you got their 8 and they got your 10. It's just all garbage, right? It's hot flaming garbage. And you've seen it in all the YouTube channels. Mark's Cards going bankrupt, all the drama with all that. Card Collector 2 got caught up in that. Mojo Sports, I don't even know what his stuff is. But anyways, too much drama. So now at 25 cards, it gives people the opportunity to go direct without that middleman, that extra fee, and all that extra garbage, right? All that drama, hot garbage, right? I'm not going to trust anybody with my stuff. I barely trust the postal service because they've lost so much. But you know what? At least that's just one middleman, right? So, anyways, that's what's going on, and I applaud them for it. They're going to get more market share because of this, because this gives the people opportunity to not have to commit to a bulk submitter at PSA. Now they have options and they can do their own thing, and so they're going to get more and more market share because more and more people have access. The only thing they don't have is enough people talking about it, right? Because all of the YouTube world is all about PSA garbage, right? It's kind of sad, but anyways. So they're down to, let's do it again. You could do 25 cards at $15 each, $3.75. I mean, in the end, you'll end up paying like $4.25 at least, right? Somewhere around there because of shipping, handling, all that. Get 2% back on your business credit card because your hobby should be a business. Get a business credit card, get a business checking account, get your LLC, get Next Insurance. Next Insurance is the best for small businesses. So treat your hobby like a business, especially if you're actually making any kind of money, because then your costs can offset your income, all that good stuff. Anyways, not financial advice, just my recommendations, my opinions. You do what you want with it. So it's a beautiful thing that they're doing. All right. So those are the two big things. Yellow Label, can't believe it, coming to town. And boom, 25 cards required. Other thing, don't forget, they do have pop reports and they do have card registries. Everybody's like, oh, well, these other companies have those. They do too. They got the QRC code on the back of the card, so you can just scan it and check out pop reports, check out the provenance of the item and all that good stuff. So they're the best. All right, enough said. Boom, done. All right. Now, what's the reason I did this? We're going to go to the help center. We're going to go, is there, oh no, it's not on here. Okay. So it doesn't look like other grading topics. I'm just seeing if I could even do it on here. So on their mobile phone access, all right, if you go to see, so it's not on here. So it's at the help center on your cell phone. That's how I found this. I was on the shitter today, just in the can. I had to call them, so I ended up leaving them a what do you call it? Like, an email saying, hey, I got these questions because I got a new business credit card. I want to change where they charge for grading fees. I want them to use my business credit card, obviously. So I sent them a message for help, right? So, hold on. All right. It's so hard to see the cell phone. So on the cell phone, at the bottom, there is a contact. So this is just their homepage, right? You just type in CGC, goes to their homepage, contact, boom. It gives you, hey, this is how you're supposed to contact us. Name, email, collectible type. I clicked on collectible type. You see that? Video games. Boom. Video games. It's happening, everybody. So if you didn't think it was going to happen, it's freaking happening. Oh, here it is. Video games. Nobody's talking about this. I don't know why. I think it's because everybody understands exactly what this means. It's over. CGC for the win. Boom. Touchdown. It's done. Everybody else stop competing. Turn in your uniforms. You're done. Leave the locker room. All right. CGC, all kinds of weird metaphors, analogies, whatever you want to call them in there, but CGC is going to be the king, right? Wada Games sucks, right? Put them on the board of companies I don't trust whatsoever. PSA, Beckett, Wada Games, SGC, don't care, don't trust. What was that other one? HGA? Oh my God, you remember how bad they were? Oh God. Blech. Anyways, that's just my perspective. That's my opinion. If you have a different one, you're more than welcome to it. I'm just letting you know. Video games, it's over. CGC for the win. Can't wait to see what these actual cases look like, because they got to be thicker, right? The thickest cases they would have made. love video games. I was huge into them growing up. Haven't been able to play them in years. But now that CGC is going to be involved, CGC with their integrity and their credibility going to be involved in this, I'm all about it. So they're going to bring some industry standards to the video game world. It's going to make the video game world explode. So if you have access to some high graded video games in like WATA cases, get them ready. Get them ready. Just send them into CGC, put them in a case that actually matters, and hold on to them. Hold on to them. So yeah, so absolutely over. Love it. If you didn't know that was happening, it's happening. And they're just going to keep getting bigger, destroying little crappy companies. 3 to 5 years, number one company in all collectibles. CGC. CCG. Papa Group, right? Take care, everybody.